Okay, so we wound up getting 170 pounds of tomatoes. It was too hot to pick. We thought we only got 150, but we got about 170 pounds. So here's some of them. I am going to start salsa. So this is going to be a salsa video. And these are washed and draining in the sink. And these are from the sink. They go into a hot water bath after slitting them. Let's see, I'll show you right here. You slit them like this, and the skins will peel right off. So these are all slit, and they're just about ready to come up, so I need to shut this off. But here's a couple, and the skins are going to peel right off. They're very, very hot, but the skins, there you go, the skins are peeling off already. So I will bring you back here when I do all of the tomatoes that I need, and then give you the recipe that I use for salsa. Happy canning! So we're at the next step. I have easily peeled my tomatoes after getting them in hot water and cooling them. The skins come right off. So you peel them, set them in a bowl until your next batch is ready. And also, I'm making tomato powder at the same time, so I've got all my tomato skins in a bowl from the first batch, and I've started to put them on my dehydrator tray. And I'm going to start dehydrating these, and then I'm going to make tomato powder. And I'll show you what's going on over here. These are the next batch of tomatoes, getting ready to get their skins taken off. Okay, and these are the rest of the tomatoes that I have to can. 170 pounds worth. I've gone through some of these already. These are the smaller ones that are just going to be canned whole in a jar, in quart jars. And some of the bigger ones I'm going to make sauce out of after I do my salsa. But there are 6 boxes in total that we filled yesterday of tomatoes from Underwood Farms in Moore Park, California. Every Labor Day weekend they have it. If you're local, go there and get fresh tomatoes. It doesn't matter if you pick a pound or 800 pounds. The record yesterday so far was 878 pounds somebody picked. So this is what I'm doing today. I'll bring you back and show you the rest of my salsa. Okay, so we're back, and I have split the tomatoes without the skins on them into 2 bowls, and each of them have 10 cups of tomatoes. These bowls are huge. I made a lot of this stuff. And then I mixed 6 chopped onions with 2 big bunches of cilantro, and that's in that bowl. Now that is going to be too much for what I have of the tomatoes, I think, and so we're going to make fresh salsa to go with dinner tonight anyway. So we're going to use some of the onions and the cilantro. Now, this is a secret of mine. I use the Mrs. Wages salsa, and this is a medium hot, and it just adds flavor to it. All you do is you add all of your ingredients. I add the extra tomatoes and the extra onions and cilantro. But the package says 6 pounds of fresh tomatoes or diced in a can, and then a ½ cup of vinegar, and a pouch of the medium salsa mix. So I make my own salsa, and I basically use this as a seasoning base. And it comes out really good. Makes a nice chunky salsa with a good flavor to it. Mrs. Wages salsa. Really good stuff. And a friend of mine told me about this, otherwise I would have never known. I've made salsa without it, and I really like their seasonings. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 to 3 bags of this in here, maybe 1.5 to each bowl here, and then we're going to can it up, and I will bring you back for that. Okay, the salsa is boiling. We let it come to a boil for 10 minutes. I've added the vinegar. I put 3 packets of Mrs. Wages seasoning in there. 1 hatch chili pepper, make it not too spicy for the girls. We're going to can it. I got all my jars ready here, all hot and ready to go. And the water bath canner is heating up. So we're almost there. Oh, and let me show you this. We have these right here. These are the tomato skins that are drying, and they're drying pretty quickly. So by tomorrow, I should be able to make some tomato powder. And I have, let's see, some more over here. Here's my mess from all this. Tomato skins that are ready to go on the dehydrator as well. Lots going on, and only about 130 more pounds of tomatoes to go to can. So yeah, lots of videos on tomatoes coming, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back when I'm canning. And there you have it, 15 jars of home canned salsa with fresh tomatoes that we picked ourselves. What could be more satisfying than that? Now that will last us probably about 6 months, I guess. So I'm going to be canning tomatoes, and then I'm going to make probably another 15 jars. 15 to 20 jars with the leftovers. So that's how simple it is. You process it in a water bath canner for 40 minutes. This is water bath can. You do not need a pressure canner for this. I will be having, I had 2 water bath canners going for this. So, because I can only get about, I think, 8 in my canner is what I got. So, in order to save time, then I use 2 canners. So I have 2 water bath canners and 1 pressure canner. And there you go. So, stay with me, and next video will be on canning tomatoes. Here we have the dried tomatoes. These dried overnight, dried tomato skins that I'm going to make powder with. Got 2 dehydrators going, and I will have more going in just a little bit. I'll have it, probably the whole 3. I'm going to put them in the blend tech, and I'm going to make them into powder. And then we'll do more tomorrow and add to that. So these are the tomatoes skins for the powder. They dried really fast, even though it's 100% humidity here. Let the storm come through. They're all crispy, just the way you want them. And we're going to pulverize them into powder, which will probably amount to barely anything with this load right here. We'll be back. So here is the blend tech full of the 2 dehydrators worth of tomato skins. And I'm going to put this in the blend tech. And just pulse it. And I will come back when all of this is done. I'm back, and this is, I'm going to do a quart jar because I've got so many tomatoes to do. And this is what we got out of the first batch, about 1.5 dehydrator full. Nice powder. And I will write the many things, uses that you can do with this too. You can make tomato sauce, tomato paste, tomato juice, put it in smoothies to get your vitamins. Many things, and I will put them in the description box. Enjoy!